We're going to talk about both the AS Val and the SPR 208 Marksman Rifle in this video, my experience using it as I grind out Damascus on both weapons, and kind of just do a casual review. I also had 2 loadouts for each of the weapons for you guys to try out. If you guys find yourself enjoying the video, check out some of my other content where I was uploading Call of Duty here, and if you like what you see, subscribe. If not, hit the like button before you guys head out. Let's get into it. Alright, I want to start with the AS Val because this thing is so freaking good. You unlock this by hitting Battle Pass level 31 in Season 6, and this thing is an assault rifle that also could be converted to a semi-auto, like DMR type weapon, although I don't really recommend doing that. I'll tell you why in a little bit here, but the freaking assault rifle itself is insane. It's the new fastest time to kill across every single weapon in the game except the FAL. The FAL is the AS Val's only competition when you're hitting that one-shot headshot, of course, or if you're getting the 2-shot chest kills. Other than that, this thing has a faster time to kill than the Ram, faster time to kill than the M4, a faster time to kill than the Odin if you're hitting all these shots. It is insane. It has great stats too, has a fast reload. The only real hindrance to the weapon is that it has a 20-round mag coupled with an insanely fast fire rates, and that makes it so you're just burning through your ammo reserves all the time. It also has a little bit of pesky recoil, although I find it very manageable and not really hard to use unless you're using it like full auto at longer ranges, like in ground war or something like that. But you should always be bursting your assault rifles when you're at that range. This thing also has 2 range profiles, which is interesting for this type of an assault rifle. Its range drop off is right around 35 meters, which at first you think is not that great, but again, this is only, it has your close range profile and your long range profile. In close range, it has an insane time to kill, and also at long range, it has an insane time to kill. It becomes really insane when you're comparing it to other weapons like the Ram and the M4 that have 3 or 4 different range profiles, and it's taking way more bullets to kill at those longer ranges. So again, this thing has absolutely everything going for it. It just is a murdering machine. You need to try it out before they potentially nerf this thing because it is super strong. I don't know if this weapon came out as is because the game's life cycle is coming to a close soon and they needed to get Season 6 out and they're just rushing through the weapon design and stuff and they just had to put it out as is, or again, if it's towards the end of life cycle, they just don't care and they want to have some fun with weapon balancing or what. But this thing is super strong right now and you need to try it out. The other unique thing this has is similar to, I think the what was it? The CR56 AMAX has the 10-round like semi-auto conversion. I know the M4 has the SOCOM rounds. This has the 10R ammunition rounds that turns the AS Val into a semi-auto like the FAL or the SKS, but I highly would recommend against trying this thing out. I used it for a little bit. It has a lot of recoil for a semi-auto weapon, so it's kind of hard to use. But when it comes to time to kill, the FAL is going to be better in all situations. That thing is very strong since it got its buff a couple of seasons ago. And if you want to use like an actual marksman rifle, the SKS, all the other marksman rifles are better. The one attractive thing for the 10R mags on the AS Val to me is that it has that one-shot headshot potential, but again, that range, I think it's like 10 meters or so, 10, 15 meters. It's very short and not that reliable, so I really don't see any draw to using this. Just use this thing in full auto all the time. It is freaking dope. So my classes I've been having fun with, my go-to defaulto, I think this is probably the only class you need to use, consists of the most important attachment, the 30-round mag. 30 rounds is the highest you can go on this, which kind of sucks, but does make the weapon way more easy to use than those 20. I also have the VLK 200mm OSA barrel, which has a built-in, it's like a built-in monolithic integrated suppressor, which is really nice. It increases range, decreases recoil, solid attachment. We have the Stovall 6P30 Scout skeleton stock, which helps with your aim down sight speed and strafing speed. I got the stipple grip on there for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. And then I like to use sleight of hand because, again, you're always blowing through rounds on this thing. So I like to have the most ammunition that I can start with a 30 round mag, and also be able to reload my mags faster and just always be up in the gunfight, because this thing, again, the fire rate is absolutely insane. Second weapon we have here is the SPR-208, which is a brand new marksman rifle, which everyone thought was a sniper rifle at first because this thing has like sniper rifle power potential. So this is okay, at first it was super overpowered and probably one of the best snipers or marksman rifles in the game, but they did retune this thing and nerf some of the bugs that was with it that made it so awesome. And right now it's like it's pretty strong weapon, but it boils down to being a strong Kar 98 but with a faster reload and slower aim down sight speed. So if you like quick scoping and being super aggressive, maybe you're a fan of the Mark II carbine, this weapon probably isn't the weapon for you anymore. Pre-nerf, you could get that aim down sight speed pretty competitive with like the Mark II carbine, and it was like a god weapon to use. But nowadays, the real main attraction for this weapon is it's like a Kar 98 again, but the Norma and the Lapua round ammo conversions turn this into essentially a hit scan weapon, which is very useful in Warzone because there's bullet velocity, travel time you gotta calculate in there. Being a hit scan weapon that completely eliminates that and just makes it way easier to use if you're using it in multiplayer. This thing will always be a one-shot kill to the head. Up to 53 meters, it will also one-shot to the chest and then take 2 shots elsewhere. When you get beyond 53 meters, it'll be 2 shots to everywhere except the head, of course. I want to reiterate, it has a faster reload than all the other marksman rifles, but again, slower aim down sight speed. But the other thing this thing has going for it, it has a unique bolt action attachment where you can speed up the bolt action and have that fire rate increase even faster. So if you're not getting one shot, one kills, it'll be faster to get those 2 shots compared to the Kar 98K. The only other thing I want to add is that while I was leveling this weapon up and getting stuff, I forced myself to use the iron sights because I thought the iron sights were good, but finally I just put on a red dot. I decided I absolutely hate the iron sights on the SPR. It just feels like there's a block of wood in the middle of the iron sights and I can't really see anything. As soon as I think I'll put an example on the screen right here. I was using my iron sights, just missing all my shots, and then as soon as I switched to a red dot, my shots just started clicking like that. So maybe that's just me. You have to let me know if you think the iron sights are trash down below in the comments, but I think they're absolutely trash. Now, as for some loadouts here, I have my quick scoping one and then more of my sniping one. I want to start with my sniper rifle loadout one. This uses the Solo Zero SPR 28mm sight, which is a 7x zoom scope on this. I also have the tac laser and the blitz stock to help with aim down sight speed. We have the Lapua round, so you get the increased damage in that bullet velocity. And then I like to use the SPR 26-inch barrel, which is like the longest barrel here that will increase your range to the furthest. And I kind of like to quick scope with this, although it's not really super quick, but this is more like of a Warzone. You're going to get that one-shot headshot, kind of easy follow-up shots type to kill weapon. My other one here is more of my quickscope one that I will run in multiplayer. This uses the tac laser and the blitz again for faster aim down sight speed. We have the Sloan feather bolt assembly, which will help with your fire rate. And then I like to switch between the ZLR ass barrel, which helps, it sounds like I said a different word, but this barrel helps with your aim down sight speed and your movement speed, so it makes this thing like super agile to be quickscope with. Or if I'm not feeling like doing super aggressive quickscoping, I do like the XRK 208 Dragoon barrel, which has an integrated suppressor in it, which is pretty nice. And then for that last attachment, you can use whatever you want here. If you like the iron sights, you're free to use whatever, but I have to use my GI Mini Flex on this because I hate the iron sights on this weapon. If y'all have any classes for either of these weapons that you've been really liking, please share them down below in the comments. I would love to give them a try. If you guys enjoyed the video, again, be sure to check out some of my other content. We're always uploading Call of Duty here. Consider subscribing and make sure you hit the like button before you take off.